folks, and welcome to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me this evening for Letters from TV Licensing, Volume 9. We're almost in double figures, folks, and very soon we'll have our very first dirty dozen of these Letters from TV Licensing. Now, a quick recap, as always, from last month, just to bring everyone up to speed and so everyone knows where they are. I was threatened last month with all kinds, such as being interviewed under caution and having a statement taken and them taking that to court and submitting it as evidence, and I could be fined up to £1,000 if found guilty. And they could even get a warrant to come into my home and turn my house over. Now, none of that happened last month, and this morning, bang on time, this arrived, which is our latest instalment in this saga. Now, as we can see, it's in a brown envelope. There's two windows in it this time, one for my address and one bearing the rather ominous sounding words, "Will you be in on the 28th of March? Question mark. I'm glad to see one thing though, they haven't got anything underneath such as, immediate action required, urgent or any of that rubbish. So without further ado, we'll dive in and we'll take a look at this letter. No doubt it'll be the usual half-truths and trying to encourage me to contact them. Now, on the face of it, just quickly glancing, it would appear that they've invited themselves down to my home on the 28th of March. Rather rude of them, isn't it, to assume like that? Or have they invited themselves down? Let's read through it and see, shall we? Now, in the top right-hand corner, we've got the TV licensing logo, as usual. Underneath that, there's a unique reference number. And then we've got the date, which is March 2018. Over in the opposite corner, we've got the legal occupier and then my address. Now, as I've stated in previous volumes, I used to be known as the present occupier. It would seem I've been upgraded to the legal occupier. Now, quite why they've done that, I don't know. Whether or not it's to make it sound a little bit more official and try and play the old mind games with me again, I don't know. So underneath all that, we've got the "Will you be in on the 28th of March?" which is what was visible in that window there. And it then goes straight into it. There's no pleasantries this month. There's no "Dear Sir, Madam." It's just straight in and it states, "As there is no record of a TV licence at your address, you should expect a visit from an enforcement officer." Cut straight to the chase. They're not messing about this month. It may be on the 28th of March or on another day. Oh, maybe they are messing about after all. What's the point of all this "will you be in" if you're just going to stay 2 lines in? It could happen on another day. If you are caught watching or recording live TV on any channel or device, you could face a fine of up to £1,000 plus any legal costs, and or compensation you may be ordered to pay. The same applies if you are caught downloading or watching BBC programmes on iPlayer. Now, before I go any further into the letter, I'd just like to point something out here. I have never heard of anyone being ordered to pay compensation to TV licensing for not having a TV licence. You get fined, sure, if you're found guilty, but that regarding compensation, I don't know where they get that from. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe somebody can leave a comment below if you know different, but as far as I'm aware, you don't get ordered to pay compensation, you just get fined. Letter goes on to state, "We visit 10,101 addresses a day." That bit's in bold to jump out at me. That's just how many addresses they visit, and I could be one of them. Now, quite why it's such an odd number, I don't know. They've obviously run that through a computer, and it's come out with that figure. Our enforcement officers visit an address every 5 seconds, day, evening, even at weekends. And if no one answers, they can come back. Quite why they've put that in, I don't know. That doesn't infer any power whatsoever. That's just laughable, isn't it, really? They can come back if no one answers. Well, of course they can. I can return to an address if there was no one in when I called. It's nonsense. Carries on and it says, "Stop a visit before it's too late." That's in bold. Now, why I would want to stop a visit before it's too late, I don't know. What they're going to do, come and break my legs for me. At the end of the day, I'm quite within my rights to just turn around and say, "Jog on." I'll shut the door in the face. So, it's not too late, is it really? It's a waste of time on their part. Buy a licence at, and there's a web address, with payments starting from £6 a week. £6 in bold. Now, last month I did the maths for this one. I crunched the numbers and I'm almost sure £6 Works out at roughly about £300 for your TV licence, so there's no way, even if I wanted a TV licence or I legally needed one, which I don't, would I take up that £6 a week business? You know, it's just a nonsense, isn't it? It goes on to say, or move an existing licence to your current address at, and there's a web address again. Or tell us you don't need one at, and there's a web address again. Now there should be a fourth bullet point there, but there's not, and what it should say is, or simply do nothing as is your legal right. The letter does go on to state though, for any help with any of the above, please call, telephone number, or turn over for more information. I'm not going to bother turning over for more information because I legally don't need a TV licence. If you do not do any of the above, you can expect a visit soon. Yours faithfully, Enforcement Manager. And just to emphasise that it is an enforcement manager that's wrote this, there's a little stamp in the bottom left-hand corner, and it states Enforcement Officer, Visit Approved, and there's a signature. Now, funnily enough, the signature to this Enforcement Officer and the one who claims to be the manager do not match up. So that's a bit of a mistake that they've made, and it's just printed on here anyway. It's not what they call a wet signature. So once again, it's just a psychological game that they're trying to play with me. You know, trying to make me think that they'll turn up on the 28th of March and therefore I need to contact them, which I'm not going to do. So what do I make of this letter? Well, it's just a load of tosh, I'm afraid, just like the others. However, this one comes in at number 2 on my scale of 3 most obnoxious letters from TV licensing. The first one's that one where they put the little date on, you know, stating we're giving you 10 days to get correctly licensed. I had that 2 months ago. Then there's this one. There is one that's more, you know, obnoxious, and it's... well, I won't spoil it for you. I will wait until I get it and I'll read it out and I'll tell you it's my number 1. Most of you out there who get these letters, you can probably guess which one it is. So, I'm not going to bother replying to this. Am I worried that they're going to turn up on the 28th of March? No. In fact, I'll have a little bet with you now that they won't turn up on that date. If they do, it's purely coincidence, because these letters and gooning activities do not coincide with one another, as I've pointed out before. So what I'll do a follow-up video to this on the 28th of March, and we'll see if they've actually called. I think I'll get a big pot of tea going and get some cakes in just in case they turn up. What's the chances that they will? So join me for that one. That'll be like a little follow-up to this one. So until then, it is bye-bye for now.